Welcome to Rauta, welcome to Black Metal Review. I am Jerry, and this time we go to a band called Dystopia, or go with the band. This is indeed one of the many dystopias here on Earth. I will show it to you before we start unboxing so you get the idea. So, here on Metal Archive site, when you search for Dystopia, you get plenty of bands, a lot of names with more than just Dystopia, but even with Dystopia you have quite a selection. And as you can see, I pretty much clicked through all of them. Some of them are black metal, some of them are something else, and you get to see there are various countries, Germany and United States, leading the dystopian charts. So you've had to guess, based on this cover alone, what it is. Which one would you click? Honestly, I was clicking the first black metal Dystopia there is because I knew this was from a label that releases black metal. I was a little bit misled though, because in fact this is the Dutch band that started as thrash metal, arguably, and later on changed their style to black metal. So this one is from the Netherlands and now out with 4 albums since 2005, almost 20 years. And here they are, verboden, diepte 1. I don't know how to say 1 in Dutch. Veldslag op de rand van der wereld. Probably horrible way to say something in Dutch. So, 4th album in 19 years. Let's take a look at this baby before we get into the details. So this is how the CD looks like. Kind of a cosmic cover if you ask me, or that's the impression I'm getting here. On the other side you will see some kind of a, I don't know, beats, seaside, something. Tracklist obviously, lineup here actually, and some liner notes. Then the lyrics, and they are lengthy, my friends. There's a reason for that. There are only 4 tracks to this album, lasts for almost 40 minutes. And as you can see, lots of war-themed pictures here. Beautiful images, to be honest. Beautiful paintings. But the peculiarity of the whole album is kind of a puzzling. First of all the lyrics are in Dutch, so without translator, without the understanding Dutch language, this goes beyond the point. Now, I was a little bit lazy, like I usually am. That is, I didn't go for full translations. I don't know if they are available, but that goes beyond the point of this review anyway. But I got to check out the name of the album, not the song titles, as you can see, 4 ones here with the knights and shining armors and all that stuff. But this name of the album, it basically says The Dangerous Depth Part 1 and then something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was like something like Towards the Beaches or something like that. No, it wasn't like that, but I was like, where it is. Oh no, it doesn't really matter. Point is, this album name absolutely says nothing interesting about the title. I mean, it's not captivating, like, okay, this tells you an interesting story. So it sounds like, not joke, but kind of an inside thing, meaning that it's probably a story you need to know before you delve into the world of these lyrics and so on. I could just do it, but then again, you can also do it yourself. My point here is, this doesn't really say what is the depth, what is the abyss, what is the thing going on here. So it's just a lengthy title for us foreigners, and to be honest, even after translated, it didn't like, wow, that sounds so fascinating. This is about death or war or survival or story like that. And now that it's chapter 1, it kind of gives you the impression this is the first chapter. So sounds like a thematic album, like a, I don't know, album telling a story of a bigger trilogy. Maybe this is Dystopia going all Star Wars or Marvel or whatever, or Lord of the Rings for that matter. We don't know, and to be honest, we don't really care because we're here for the music. It would have been nice to understand the general thing here, but then again, if this is how the band wants to do it, we'll respect that. Maybe this is Dutch music for the Dutch audience, and that's it. Now, what can I tell you about this music, running for some 37 minutes and 10 some, is that this is black metal, and when I've been listening this to a few times, I actually wish the band was still doing thrash metal. First of all, there are not too many good thrash metal bands out there anymore, and to be honest, world is already filled with lots of black metal mediocrity and the kind of quite okay albums. Unfortunately, for us as fans, this dystopian album is not doing too much for me. I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's no means bad album. Don't get that wrong. But I'm saying, yeah, this is not for me. This is like a modern take of black metal. You have some basic melodic riffs, which are quite okay, but to be honest, quite forgettable. On top of that, there are these weird elements where this get kind of avant-garde-ish. Already on the first track, you start hearing those brass instruments. The kind of a Western movie like where it goes just full trumpets and whatnot. And you're like, okay, is this a joke thing or is this kind of an inside joke I need to know? But the album is not explaining why they wanted to include some trumpets or whatever. You hear them later on as well. And then there's some guitar riffs which is almost like borderline surf rock. Like, really? Maybe it's once again those Western movie references. And you're like, I'm supposed to get it, but I don't. And then once again, the thing is, nothing on the booklet, nothing on the lyrical side of things, because I don't speak or read Dutch, is not giving me, okay, this is a homage to, say, Charles Bronson or Clint Eastwood kind of Western movies. So I'm left out there alone to figure out what is it supposed to mean. To be honest, I am a goofy person, and I like a lot of goofy person, but I don't like goofy music. I don't even like most comedic movies. So when an album goes into the comedic section, when an album gets like Fallout games or the series if you've been watching it, I'm like, yep, this is my cue to get the fuck out of here. I'm not saying it's a bad mistake to do a little bit humor, weirder elements, but I'm not really an avant-garde black metal fan. So when you have a modern take on black metal, because this is very, very much on 2000s kind of black metal versus 90s or the 80s, I'm like, yeah, quite okay that far. But when you haven't had those avant-garde things and you're like, okay, you're supposed to figure it out. This is some Dutch humor or weird artistic takes. I'm like, sorry, I don't operate that way. I'm like, I just want my burgers and beers and good black metal, the kind of a thing. Maybe I'm just dumb, fucking idiot. But the thing here is, this is too artsy-fartsy for my liking. I'm not saying it's that the next guy on the left or right or whatever. Maybe this is some fundamentally the great artistic piece out there is. So yes, I'm being a little bit apologetic here right now. It's like, sorry, I don't understand what you're trying to say with the album. The production is quite solid, but when it comes to the songwriting, it's too much all over the place. Too lengthy songs, too much lack of focus, too much filler riffs instead of killer parts. And whenever I feel like, yes, this is actually going to work, then it gets like too boring over the time, and then the goofy elements come into the play and all that stuff. So while this is not fully avant-garde-ish black metal, it's definitely going to that direction. And you have to embrace the fact that this is not your typical Nordic take of black metal. This is not grim, this is not cold, this is not dark, this is not evil, this is not satanic. It's a modern black metal with a little bit goof in the mix. Take it as you will. So, this being said, some good pointers though. There's quite good raspy vocals, some decent growl vocals, and some clean parts, which I really don't like that much in black metal. But this is just my problem, might not be yours. So feel free to check it out. It's been out since April 26th, actually the very day I'm filming this one. And check it out. Links are provided in the description box. I call this quite a mediocre plus, but that might be really good album for you. So don't take my word for that. Check it out for yourself. And I hope you personally will like this album more than I could. Off you go. Bye bye.